everyone. Welcome back to my podcast. This is podcast number 5. And today we have a special guest, a client of mine, friend of mine, and someone who I really look up to in many ways. She's also a mother, and her name is Brisa Cortina, and she's CEO of Gonzalez Tax Insurance. Brisa, can you please introduce yourself today, and thank you for your time.
No, thank you for having me here. So my name is Brisa Cortina. Yes, I am Latina entrepreneur, CEO of Gonzalez Tax and Insurance Services. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. So can you tell us a little bit, just tell everyone, what is it that you do at Gonzalez Tax and Insurance? How did Gonzalez Tax and Insurance even come about? Because you and I both know that, before you were on your own, I remember even before that, right? So I've seen your growth throughout the years. So do you want to tell people a little bit of a quick backstory of how this all came about? How did Gonzalez Tax and Insurance come about?
So the company was born, by just an idea of someone. It was just an idea, something that was thrown in the air that I wanted to do, and something that I ran with it. It starts with something so small, and then I just grabbed onto that, and I have so many, I still have so many goals and dreams, and it's something that I pulled from that, and I, pursued it.
Well, what was that pivotal point? I remember when you were still working at, was it that insurance place, and you were kind of just done. Your mind was set that you were going to go on and venture out and do this on your own. And I remember that. So I feel like for everyone it's a different story, but was it a series of events that took you there, or what was that pivoting point that you said, you know what, I'm ready to go on my own and give this a shot for me and my family, and look at you now,
So it was, I think it was series of events that happened, and I think that my breaking point was when I opened a company for them. It was a franchise, so I opened the company for them, and then I think it was just all the responsibility that was given to me. I chose down to the wall color, the what carpet to get, and it's just the color. And I said, you know what, I actually was pregnant with my daughter, Brisa. I think it was in 2016. And I remember doing so much. And I remember having my baby. And then 3 weeks after coming back to work. And I remember just missing my baby so much. And I said, you know what? I'm doing this for someone else. I know I can do this for myself. So it's something that I think that was my breaking point for my kids, because I said, if I put so much time, dedication into someone else's business, why can't I do that for my own business? I can do this myself. So I think it was just about believing in myself.
100%. And you have a pretty big support system too, right? I know your mom helps you, your husband helps you. You have a team that kind of was there to have your back, to say, go for it, try it, give it a shot, we got your back.
Yeah.
And, just a few years later, she now has 2 locations. She recently bought a property. She's doing a lot of great things. She's building an ADU. She has a killer team, because obviously as entrepreneurs and business owners, we don't do all this on our own. We can't take the full credit, because although we decided to take the leap of faith to do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
We knew that we had a support system, and she has a great team. I know that the girls that work with her are amazing, and it's a reflection of how you train them, right? Because that's how everyone basically operates within a team. If they're all synced together, that's a good combo, right? That's a good team there. So I'm really happy for you on that. Go ahead.
No, thank you. No, it does have a lot to do with my team, my support system. I know that when I first started, it was a crazy idea, right? Because we're amongst the Latino family. They don't teach us this. They don't teach us to open up your own business, and they teach us to go to school, to graduate, and it's just a process. And I didn't do it that way, and it's something that was a crazy idea that my mom pushed me, you can do it. My husband was like, are you sure? And I told them, dude, believe in me. I believe in me. Please believe in me. So it's something that it's a leap of faith that we all had to take. And my team was great. My team of employees, we from the beginning, we start, and the way that we train them is the way that it's a learning process. Even now, that it's like, hey, we got to do this, and they tell me, hey, how about this? It's being open minded too. It's not just about doing it.
Calling the shots, right? It's like taking their perspective into account, because sometimes we have so many things in our mind that a team player can come in and save the day and help with their mindset or their perspective, on the issue, whatever that may be. But yeah, I love how you guys work, and I always see that you guys have a pretty solid team, and it's just a reflection of you. So kudos to you for doing that, and you're gonna keep killing it, girl. I see you doing big things. Going back to you building that business, I also remember that you had reached out to me because you wanted to buy a house, and you were doing both. Like, you were trying to build a business and buy a house, and you knew, like, when you met with us, we told you, okay, you got to do this, and this. You went ahead and did it, came back, and you were just like ready to go. So I admired that, and I noticed that, I know that when we did that, you kind of took action. And so that is something that kind of I look at when I'm working with people, is we give you guys the tools and resources, and then it's up to you guys to take action. You did that from the get-go. And so I wanted you to touch a little bit on that. Like, how was the buying process? Obviously, leading up to now finding a house. Remember, we were out shopping and how stressful that was. So talk a little bit about what people should look into before buying. What was your experience working with me? And, what is something that you would say was kind of like the highlight of the buying process that made it much easier for you?
Well, I think with me, with me and anyone that is out trying to buy a property, it has everything to do with who you work with, right? So, throughout the years, I saw how you worked with people, how your social media, you would explain things. So I said, you know what, I need someone like that. I need guidance, because that's something that I guess this is something very stressful for people to do, buying a home, and it takes like a toll on you. But who you work with does matter, because I remember that when I reached out to you, I wasn't ready to buy a house. I wanted to get like the proper resources, that just prepararme and just basically see what I need to do, because obviously, like you said, it takes two. And once you told me, okay, this is what you're going to do, this is how we're going to do it, now it's up to you, you take the lead. Okay, so it's just about organizing yourself.
Yeah, and I think there's a big misconception where people think that if they call me and they're going to consult with me, that they have to be ready to buy now. And if anything, it's the total opposite. Like, you guys have to do what Brisa did. She called me like 6 months, almost a year before she wanted to buy, because she wanted to really prepare herself the right way. And it was no commitment. I just gave her the knowledge and the resources that she needed, and she took action and then came back. Now, fast forward to her buying. She bought over a year and a half ago, roughly. She starts talking about ADUs right away. I'm telling you, like, she just takes action. She runs with it. You give her something, she takes it and runs with it.
Okay, what's that?
Yeah. So then we started talking about ADUs when we were out shopping, because that's just one of the creative ways to create more inventory here in LA. There's such a shortage of inventory. There aren't enough homes for sale. So people are adding onto their backyards. They're adding onto, their existing space. And Brisa had already seen that, like, up front. She's like, okay, let me start looking into building one. And as soon as she bought, now she's in the works. So do you want to tell people, like, what it is that you're working on in your backyard? What are you doing back there?
So I'm doing a lot. You'll see a clip of it. I'm always running. I gotta slow down sometimes, but I was when I bought, I said, I would see something, and you kind of have to see the potential of it. Like, it has to have good bones and everything. So I think when I saw the property, I said, okay, so Stephanie, after I said, what isn't, like, a lot of people don't know like what an ADU is, or I said, how can we make this home a home, but then also have like investment into it? So I just think that when you're not happy with something, there's like so much you can change, and with anything in life, really. So I changed my home. Like right now, we're working on it's a master. It's a really large master bedroom with a walk-in closet, and it has a bathroom, and it's all permitted with the city because, we as Latinos, and I stress on this because we go through this with with my parents and stuff. We want to do stuff and lo queremos hacer así rápido, fácil. My project,
sin nada.
rápido. My project would have been ready a long time ago, pero it's just something that we have to do things right, and I think that that's the highlight of it, because now if I want to in the future, I can always turn that into basically like an ADU, and then my garage an ADU. So it's just the guys, they're working, and I do want to just, like I said, who you work with matters. Property projects, they're the ones that have been helping me. He's a longtime friend. I helped him with his company to like kind of resources and the knowledge that I have as a business owner. And it's just something that has been a breeze for me because you work with the right people. And that's why I think even the home shopping, the home buying, it was so stressful sometimes that you're like, wow, like another no. And it's just like eventually, and I think that everything worked out how it was supposed to work out, and I'm happy with my home. And yeah.
And she's done a lot, you guys. Like I went to her house, well, when we shot the video, and yeah, it's crazy how far it's come along. But again, she saw the potential. She decided to prepare herself. A lot of preparation goes into wanting to buy a property or wanting to build a project like the one she's doing. But again, she understands that the importance of working with the right team. So whatever it is that you do, right? If, for example, you need her services, you want to go work with somebody like her who has a team in place that can service you, that can help you and guide you through the process. Same concept when it comes to the lending side. Hugo did an amazing job helping you and guiding you through the lending process. So shout out to Hugo, shout out to
Hugo.
Your fam too, who's helping you build that ADU, because it's just another way to generate income. And this is something that as Latinos, we're not taught, right? So it's a lot of rewiring what we thought was the right thing to do, right? To now wanting to do it the right way, the way it should be. And one is like pulling those damn permits because, as Latinos, we never want to pull anything con permisos, nada. But we don't see the value in it. This is something that will benefit you and your kids. And, and she's talked about buying now multiple properties and duplexes and you name it. And she'll get there. I see her doing all of that. And it starts with her own house. She'll be able to generate more income with that back unit. And eventually when she moves out, she can rent out the garage.
Every single corner.
Every single corner, exactly. House hacking 101. Hit up Brisa. Yeah. Yeah, so it's
But you know what? Even working with Hugo, because I remember I would go back and forth on the emails with Hugo and with his team. And like you said, like the team is everything, because I remember he would ask for, this paperwork, and then I would send it to him. And it's like, because I'm also taking it serious, I need to make sure that I'm organized and I'm ready to do this, because I think a lot of people lack that. They just procrastinate and then ahí se quedan, and it's something that we can't even sit there and let it marinate, because nos vamos a quedar pensando like
100%. You're right where you started. You're no avanzas así, because for example, with credit, a lot of people struggle with credit and they don't want us to run their credit when they want to get pre-approved. But it's like, okay, you don't want me to run it, but you don't know where you stand. So
yeah,
you're literally back to square one.
When you did run my credit, I think months before I was ready to even buy, and it's like, you have to, so you can tell me what I need,
Right. You have to get a diagnosis, right? When you go to the doctor, you're not going and they're just gonna like right away walk you in with the doctor directly and you're going into surgery. You've got to go through a process. You've got to get diagnosed. You have to get seen first by the nurse, get checked. same process, same process with us. So that's so dope. I'm really excited for everything that she's doing, and that's why I wanted to highlight her today. And any closing thoughts, anything that you want to share with us? I know you got a lot of stuff going on at Gonzalez Tax Insurance. Did you are you thinking of opening up a third office? Or is that like not
maybe
to say it? I don't know. I don't even know. I'm just asking. That's a legit question.
maybe I don't know. I'm Melissa, my husband. Like you're crazy. Your thoughts are crazy because anything like if I see a location and I like it, then maybe and he's like, I'm always scared to when you tell me, hey, I have an idea. Like I told him this morning, said, hey, I have an idea with the living room. Oh my God, what idea? I'm scared. Hold on. And I mean, if se presenta la oportunidad, why not?
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, girl. Well, you have my full support in anything that you do. And guys, if you guys, for my realtors out there, my entrepreneurs, I'm always looking out for you guys, and I'm always sending you guys to Brisa, because when it comes to LLCs, S corporations, things like that, to help you guys structure your taxes the way we're supposed to. And this is something that, again, as Latinos, we lack sometimes that financial literacy and education and knowledge, and Brisa can help you guys with all of that. So anything else that you want to share that you guys are working on out there at Gonzalez Tax Insurance?
Well, right now we do taxes, we do DMV services for so I'm near DMV Alternative. So I do anything that has to do with registration service. I don't do real IDs or IDs, not as of yet. But that's what we do. I do insurance, so we have different companies. We do bonds, general liability for the people that are starting your business. I also help with the LLCs and corporations. So I think that what helped me have a successful business, and we continue to grow, is just the structure and the foundation, like a house. You have to start it from the beginning the right way. And I think that that's what, because I remember asking questions to different business owners in different areas, and I remember just asking those questions, because I'm like, how did you start? Okay, well, LLC this, corporation that. And I said, you know what, like I'm planning on, I think era plan con maña. Obviously, I started my business, and I said from then I need to buy a house. So I think that just having the right foundation and starting your business is just going to take off if you start it the right way. You can't halfway shit.
You can't half-ass shit, is what she's saying.
Nothing. It has to all or nothing.
Yeah. Damn, girl. Well, I gotta give it to you because you've been killing it this year, and not to mention she has a newborn too. How old's your baby now?
He turned a year now. So I have 4 kids.
Guys.
I have from a 15-year-old to a 1-year-old. So
now, we can talk a little bit about that too, like mompreneurship, right? You and I have Alex, 8 years old. She has 4. I have no idea how she does it, and a husband, and a husband. But she and a business. So how do you juggle it all? Like, what's something that you can tell another mother that's out there that's struggling with time blocking, time management? How do you juggle it all? Is there really a life balance, or do you have to mix it all in together?
No, I think it does have to do with a little bit of mixiness. Sometimes I have to, let's say, have my 15-year-old come and help me throw the trash, do this, do that, present them a little bit some about the business. But I think that when it's like mom time, it's like mom time, wife time. And I always say that, and I can't stress it enough, when it's like, because you have to take care of husband, kids, like that time is that time. And I think sometimes I'm like, my kids understand, sometimes I'm running, but then I'm also, posting on social media. And I was handling my social media all by myself. And I said, you know what, it's a lot of content that you have to push out. And it's like, it's hard. So I said, now I have to trust my team to help me with that too, So
then you do a lot of delegating.
Yes.
Okay with it. Yeah.
I have to be okay with it. It's hard, but we have to be okay with it. And I think that if we, give each of those its own time, and I just think that helps you a lot, because, we're only human, and sometimes we're bound to breaking point. But it's just about stopping, remembering why you started in the first place, and that takes you a long way. Like seriously, you
Yeah,
just
whatever is that thing that motivates you, that sparks you and keeps you going. To me, me and Brisa have a lot of things in common. We were both workaholics too. Like we'll work through everything. We'll work it out because we're problem solvers. And same, a lot of things that I see as a mother, I also implement in business. Do you too? Like
yeah,
it's kind of like babysitting people all day long.
yeah, for sure.
And managing emotions and managing expectations and managing clients, and it's a lot, right? So at some point I like to also meditate. I like to I read a lot, so that I can, it's always personal growth, and I'm always competing with myself to try and better myself. How can I be a
I
better realtor? How can I be a better mom?
like you wake up early, and I think that to me that has helped me a lot, and that's what I tell my team too. Just wake up early, wake up at 5, at 6, whatever it is. Like wake up at 5 in the morning, start your day, and you get that little time for your brain to kind of just mellow out
Absorb everything and
before all the madness.
same. I chill between like 5 and 7, and then at 7 o'clock I gotta wake up Alex, and then he's off.
It's go time.
It's go
Yeah.
time, and then from there, there's no slowing down until the afternoon. So yeah, the morning, I appreciate the morning so much. Like that's my time. And I don't work. I'll just like do my time. That's
Yeah.
literally my time. But if I don't, I feel like I'm out of whack. And
Mhm.
yeah, Brisa, I see her. She also incorporates like her kids in the videos and her business, and the kids are learning, right? So we're
Yeah.
also showing them how to move, and I like that because I feel like a lot of people will resonate with you because of that. I mean, I'm sure you have a lot of business now that comes from social media, and she just started her social media like what, 2, 3 years ago? Two
I
years ago?
think like 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. I took a social media kind of class type of thing. It's just like you said, it's personal growth, and I think that every day we should be growing, every day we should be learning something new, and I think that that's what helps us too, because we need to learn every day. Like what's the point? We
Yeah.
have
If
to.
you're not learning, what is it? If you're not learning, you're like dying or something like that. I think I've heard. You probably are, but maybe not to the extreme, like that. But yeah, I always have to be constantly working on that personal self-development, because then that just plays a big part in every aspect of my life, and it
Ev-
makes our lives easier. And why not? So. Any closing thoughts for today? I know you're super busy, and I got to steal you away for a few minutes, so thank you for that.
Oh, no worries. Just a thought, for those that, I know that that's the scary part, for those that are scared to start your business and are scared to kind of just take that leap of faith or go into the unknown. Just take it. Like, don't sit there and marinate. You're gonna overthink it, and y no se va a hacer nada. And I think that the biggest thing would be, if you have that, jot it down, and if you just run with it. And
Yes.
y ahí estamos para ayudarles también.
There you go. And clarity is power. So as you can hear it in her voice, she has a lot of clarity. When you're clear with your goals and you have action backed up with it, I mean, you can do a lot of things. She's been able to accomplish a lot of things within the last 2 years. And she's one of my VIP clients, which is why I decided to have her today. And, again, thank you for your time, Brisa. And make sure you check her out. We will be including all of her social media handles down below. And, yeah, we'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you,
Bye.
guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.